Today, we are going to be using maxed out tools here on Skyblock, which is way more insane than you think it might be. Maxing out tools here, it requires hours of grinding, so much XP, and a lot of enchants. But today, we've got literally every tool maxed out, and I am going to see how overpowered it is in today's episode of Minecraft Skyblock. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back into a brand new episode of Minecraft Skyblock. Today, of course, we're back here on the best #1 rated Skyblock server, AkumaMC. Back again for another episode on this season. Guys, today, we have a gift from the admins, okay? And also a little bit of shout out to Damien, because these are technically Damien's tools that have been fully and legitimately, definitely legally cloned for the usage of this video, okay? So as you guys can see, we have maxed out versions of literally every single tool apart from shovel, because a shovel doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, we've got literally maxed out versions of everything here. There is, I believe, not an enchant on these that is not maxed out. So we have got literally everything we could ever need. And today we, of course, have our global 10 times booster like we have for the rest of this season, and I want to give it a go with all the different consumables and all the different skills and stuff like that, and see how much of a difference, you know, grinding with the maxed out tools can make for us. Now, we've got some really exciting episodes coming up, so make sure you do not miss the next couple of videos here on Skyblock, because we are going to next episode be opening $1,000 worth of crates. We're also going to be trying out a 100 times booster in a video upcoming, and then we've got a very cool prisons video coming out very soon. So yes, make sure you guys do subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of those things. But let's jump right into today's episode and the whole point of why we are here. So let's start it off, shall we? Using out the maxed sword right here. So this is exactly what it looks like. We have literally everything that we could ever need on this sword. If you see the numbers that are in yellow, that means that there's essentially been enchant fragments applied to those enchants, and they are past what is the standard version of the enchant. So they are basically a higher version of the existing enchant. So we're going to go ahead and do that first of all. We're going to go through every consumable and every skill, and we're going to see just how many levels we can go up today. Obviously, this will help me out massively in my skills mastery as well, and there should actually be a couple of prestiges that come out of today as well. Now this, if for example, this does go crazy on the grinding skill, this would be the first, I believe, skill that would be close to maxing out, or at least prestiging to the max level. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one. Let's jump in with the grinding pet. Let's use our dark soul consumable and make sure my auto clicker is ready to go, and let's freaking do this thing. So this is the maxed out sword. Like I said, it has so many enchants. The only thing that I think is a little bit like there's not really enchants, I don't think, at least, that affect or at least not massively the speed in which you actually get the grinding skills and stuff, because there's not really an enchant that I feel like it's all just quantity of mobs like that you're killing. Now obviously the consumable does the most boost to that, but then I guess the rest of the enchants, I guess, will help in different ways. Like I guess they help massively in like XP or gems or money or whatever, but there are there are barely any enchants that actually help with the physical leveling up. So in regards to that, we may not see much of a crazy boost in most of our things today. I think it's going to depend on whether we get lucky with, you know, all the different things, all the different enchant procs. So right now, an enchant must have procced that is giving us these insanely fast level ups. I don't know what enchant that might be, but it looks like something is procced. So we suddenly just started getting a whole bunch of levels really quickly there. I don't even know what that would have been that caused that to happen, but whatever it was effective. So that's pretty cool to know. So maybe there are some enchants that do massively help our leveling up. That's very possible. But yeah, it's cool to know that there are a couple of people here on the server that are, you know, actively grinding with these kind of maxed out tools, which is super sick. And I think that all of these tools also have like the maxed out hidden enchants, like the ones from the prestige shop, which is super awesome as well, because you don't really ever get to see all of those on one tool. One thing that I'm noticing though is Treasure Hunter is proccing a lot more than it usually would, or a lot more than it did before. I haven't really seen any crazy procs of like enchants that we weren't really seeing before, I don't think. Like I'm trying to pay attention into the chat to see whether there's anything crazy going on in there, but I haven't really seen too many crazy like named enchants that we haven't necessarily seen. Bolt is a cool one that doesn't usually proc that often, so it's pretty cool that we're getting some of those. I think our thing is about to expire in just a moment here, so I think it will probably be over. But, you know, we've actually got up quite a lot of levels here, because we're going to get to just about 130 by the looks of it. Oh, we're just shy of 130, but we'll get there just from grinding. There we go. So we got to 130 there. That's actually pretty good for what it is. I mean, we could easily get to, what is it that we got to get to? 180, I think. We could easily get to 180 in like either 1 or 2 consumables time. So that was very, very cool. The other thing that is on here that I don't usually have on my tools is Series PayPal. So we might have actually gained some coupon balance from all that time that we were grinding. All right, let's go on to logging, because I feel like logging is usually a pretty tough one. I don't like logging is one of those ones that you kind of really have to be paying attention to, I feel like, in order to get the full benefits of. So let's jump to my island. I need to find my logging pet, because obviously that's going to make a little bit of a difference. Not a crazy amount with all the other boosts that we've got going on right now, but it will make a little bit of difference. Do I even have a logging pet? I definitely did. It's whether I've lost it or misplaced it at some point, which is, you know, knowing me, very, very possible. I genuinely do not know if we have a logging pet. I think I noticed this a while ago that I just completely lost my logging pet. So it's very possible that I do not actually have one to use today. Let's just double check in all these chests over here. Yeah, I think it's very possible that we actually misplaced our logging pet completely. So maybe we don't have one to use. We can use one of the ones from the chest over here. I mean, they're all masterful as well. So I guess we'll get a little bit of a benefit. We get like a 25% boost, but that's okay. So let's pop this and see exactly what we notice from a maxed out axe right here. There's a lot of really, really cool enchants on here. Again, I think the ones that we didn't have maxed would be like wild. We didn't have Thor's hammer at all. We did not have what else did we have? I don't think we had Meteor maxed out. There's a lot of things that we did not have maxed out here. Bob's Revenge, I don't think we had maxed out. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see how interesting. Wow. Okay. That was an insane thing. I don't even know what half of these enchants are that are procking, but yeah, this is definitely the fastest that we will have been leveling up logging this entire season. So there are clearly a lot of enchants in logging that make a difference, I feel like, to the skill XP gain. I don't know what those enchants directly are, but it looks like, yeah, if you have a maxed out axe, then you are going to be good to go in the logging department. I don't know how many prestiges we've done on logging so far. I think this would be our 3rd prestige. So if I'm guessing we need to get this up to 140, maybe 160, honestly. To be honest with you, it might be 160. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, this is definitely the fastest that my logging has been leveling up, which is kind of crazy. We're getting a lot of transfuse enchants, which I'm not entirely sure which one that is. It might be the one that upgrades it to like the next tier of things. We're also getting a lot of value finder and stuff like that procs. I think we're getting. I've seen a lot of those go crazy in the chat. We're getting some decent wild procs in here as well. We just got a Thor's hammer right there. We're getting a lot of magic sight as well. So yeah, there's a lot of pretty crazy enchants going off right now. Not gonna lie, Thor's hammer just went again right there. We've got the Bob's Revenge, because I can see the guys down at the bottom going ham. That's pretty insane. Yeah, we seem to get a lot. Wow, I don't even know what that was, but that was crazy. We're getting a lot of enchants actually procking on these, and it definitely feels like it's helping with the actual physical rank ups as well. So that's something which we obviously wasn't so noticeable on the grinding, but I feel like is slightly more noticeable here. So that's pretty cool to see that a maxed out axe is pretty overpowered. All right, I got roughly 30 seconds left on this consumable right now, so obviously want to try and make the most of that. If we get up to like, I don't know, 120, I guess would be very, very cool if we get there, because that gets us one step closer to, again, prestiging this one. I don't know actually where we're at on the skill mastery right now, whether we just need levels or we need prestiges. I'm going to assume we probably need prestiges, but I don't know. Levels are usually the harder one of the two things to get, because obviously there's only X amount of levels and they get a lot harder as you go up past like 100. So yeah, I guess we'll see, but we did get past 120 there, so that's kind of a cool little goal and a cool little milestone that we were able to pass. I think our thing's probably just, yeah, has expired. So we got to 122, which is not bad at all. We've got actually a lot of value and stuff from that as well, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that was the maxed out axe, which was actually very, very insane. Now, let's take a look at our skill mastery that I wanted to see. What do we need? Okay, we do actually just need levels right now. And then we need to reach a total of... Wait, where's the next page? There we go. Then we're going to need, yeah, 2 more prestiges. Okay, so prestiges are right around the corner. But first of all, we've got to hit the level. And then once we get those 2 more, it's going to be levels freaking galore right now. So yeah, we'll work that out. So let's go on to mining next, shall we? Mining is or has been one of the most overpowered things and quickly ranking up things that we've had so far. So right now, skills wise, we are on... we're actually on the final prestige of mining as well. So who knows? This might even help us with getting there, because this does have, like I said, every enchant possible on it. So I would imagine there's a couple of enchants that actually will help us quite significantly here today. So we'll check that out right now and see what that is like. So let's head over to the mine. Let's pop our pet and let's pop our mining rage consumable. And let's go absolutely ham on this thing right now. This should be the fastest that we have ever leveled up mining. And we should theoretically make the most money and like gems and stuff that we have ever made mining. I don't know what the heck just broke there, but I swear we just skipped over like multiple levels. I don't know what enchant that would have been that did that, but yeah, I feel like we gained like 4 levels in like half a second just then, so that was pretty intense. But yeah, this is definitely faster, I want to say. We're getting a lot of chain strike, and we're also getting a lot of value finder. I've just noticed that we're getting a lot of value finder. We've got Midas touch in there as well. We're getting a lot of archaeologist, which I believe is the gem based enchant. That helps us get gems up there. So there is a lot going on right now, and we're making a lot of money as well. I just saw our summary right there for 36 million, which is pretty intense. Yeah, lots of value finder coming in from this. I don't know whether there's an enchant that is helping with that, or whether that's just us either getting lucky, or maybe they're enchant. Yeah, I honestly have no idea. But it just does seem like there is something going absolutely ham here for us. We've also got a minus helper Brock, I think, at some point here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really know what that big enchant was. Like, we had one big enchant that literally skipped a whole bunch of levels. No idea which one that was, but it seemed to be very effective. It might honestly have been the prestige enchant, because I have never really looked into those prestige enchants, so there's probably one that goes absolutely crazy on here, so that is very, very possible that that's that. Yeah, honestly, the surprising thing for me is like the value finder on this. We've been getting a lot of value finder, like loads of procs of that, so that's, I guess, interesting. And I guess as we were to get up the tiers here, and as we were to get to, you know, better skill masteries, and when our like tier of value increases for the value finder, I guess that would be extremely overpowered if you were going for like the island top and stuff like that. Obviously, we're disqualified from that because of all the crazy stuff we've been doing in the videos recently. But yeah, that I guess that would be an interesting thing to note. So we would have to get this to 180 for another prestige. We got it to 120 right there. That's pretty insane. I mean, I feel like it was a little bit faster, especially with that random enchant that went crazy. But I don't think like in general it made like a massive difference. I don't think. I think there was a difference, but I don't think it made like, I don't know, a crazy amount. Not anywhere near as much as the 100 times boosted that we're going to use in a couple of videos time. So that is mining. Let's move on to farming. Let's do that. So let's grab our farming pet and head over there right now. The one I'm most excited to see, honestly, is fishing. If we get turbo fishing procs with all of these different enchants on here, I've got a feeling we will go absolutely crazy on that. So that's the one thing I'm super excited to see. So let's take our farming touch consumable. Let's head over to the farm. Or what is it called? I don't even know if that's what it is. Is it called farming? There we go. So there we go, and let's pop this and let's go here. So this should be another one that is fairly quick, although we are quite deep into the whole farming thing right now. So I don't know if there's going to be any crazy enchants that will go insane. The one thing I think that is the notable enchant on this one would be that Crop Crusher is, Crop Crusher is over enchanted. So it's enchanted to level 7, whereas we only had it at level 5. So we should get, that should mean that we get more procs of that, which obviously means that it's not mining in like, I think it's a 9x9 right there. You guys saw it just proc right there. So obviously it mines a much bigger surface. And I think that would be what would be the, contributing factor to basically leveling up our skill faster. I mean, honestly, I don't think that having the maxed out hoe is making too much of a difference. I think this is the one that we've seen the least difference on maybe so far, like in regards to how quickly we're getting our skill level ups. So it's an interesting one. So I guess there are certain tools that are kind of worth putting all that time into maxing out, and ones that you'd want to focus on first, and then the other ones are just kind of if you get there during the season. I guess it's cool to have, because yeah, this really, I feel like isn't helping that much. I figured the Crop Crusher would be the main help, but it really doesn't proc often enough for it to like be that effective, to be honest. So we only managed to get up to 120 there. So yeah, nothing too crazy on that one. Again, I feel like that was the one that I noticed, impacts the least on. So I guess that could be true. It could. There is definitely going to be one that is, less effective than the others. So I guess it makes sense that it is farming. So now we move on to fishing, which I think is the one that will make the biggest difference. I think, again, though, we do have to get lucky on getting ourselves a turbo fishing proc. If we do not get the turbo fishing proc, I think we are screwed and we are not really going to see anything insane here. So, yeah, we've just got to get lucky. Obviously, it's also because fishing net consumable only lasts 1 minute. All the other consumables 2.5. So yeah, we've really got to get lucky here, I think. So we would have to get this one to 160 to go ahead and prestige it. I feel like it's actually very, very possible if we do get the procs, because it comes in thick and fast if you get the procs. So let's activate the fishing pet. Let's activate the consumable, and let's hope for the best here. We literally have to get turbo fishing procs. There we go. We got one right there. So we are going to get immediately a whole bunch of levels here off of that proc, and hopefully this is where the other enchants are going to come in and make a difference, because there we go. That was very, very nice. What do we need to do? Click painting. Where is the painting? That's ruined me in my freaking consumable right there. Yeah, we've kind of got to hope that we get another one now. And I'm assuming, yeah, the other enchants would help. I mean, we actually had one of the... This was one of the only prestige enchants that we actually did have on a tool. And we know for a fact that that one is super, super effective, because that's the Mirrored Waters enchant, which, yeah, was definitely helping us out in the other parts of this season as well. Now, if we're lucky, we might get one more proc before our consumable runs out. That's what we're really, really, really hoping for here, because obviously that will give us... Oh, there we go. Our consumable's gone already. I was going to say that will give us a massive, massive benefit. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm glad we got a 1. I honestly still wasn't really as effective as I thought it was. I mean, it was still good, but I kind of thought it was going to go a little bit crazier. I'm not going to lie. I guess there's not really that many enchants that affect your level too much. Again, when it comes to this, I guess we probably got a lot of XP and a lot of fragments and a lot of everything else. But yeah, there's not really a lot that affects skill XP when it comes to that. So not bad at all. I mean, it was good, and we actually leveled up a whole bunch of enchants today to a very, very respectable place. We do still need to get fishing to 160, and then everything else is... Wow, everything else is actually up there right now. Logging, we are very, very close. We only need to get that to 140. We also... What do we need to get this on to? 160, 180, 180... 160. So yeah, we've got some progress to make for sure. But you know, when we use that 100 times skill booster in a couple of videos time, there is no doubt in my mind that we can end up somewhere up here. I don't know where, but somewhere up there. Guys, the giveaway for today is going to be 3 of these brand new bundles that are in the store right now. If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning that, then all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have commented your username down in the comment section, and then join the giveaways only Discord that is linked down below. As long as you've done all that and you press the enter button in the Discord, then you're officially good to go. Please make sure you have completed all the other requirements before you press that enter button in the Discord. It is the most important thing, obviously, that you do all that before pressing enter, because if you do it after and you haven't done all the other stuff, then you're going to get re-rolled. So yes, guys, that is going to be it from me today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode of Skyblock here on AkumaMC.